What's up, YouTube? It's Brendan from Market Makers, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. I waited till this evening to make a video to see if we get some price action. Fed notes came out today. Nothing groundbreaking there. So not a whole lot happened with Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and review a couple of key concepts and check on our smaller time frames. Let's look at our support and resistance levels. Just wicking, holding that 382 beautifully. As you can see, the 618 was held beautifully. We still have this nice uptrend going, this bullish candle here on the weekly time frame. So that still looks pretty good here. And then let's look at, obviously, our upside projections as well. Go this way, go this way. And we are just getting above the 1 fib on this upside projection, which is good because that will give you the ability to test the 1618 at 50K 398. So this is just a bigger way to look at it, the bigger time frame, the weekly time frame. You can see the nice multi-week blue candles here, our blue bullish candles, okay? So everything is still copacetic there on the weekly time frame. Let's look on the daily. The daily, as we talked about yesterday, you got to be very careful of this shape that you're making here, which can be a double top if you lose key support, right? So we got to be careful of that shape and just make sure that we stay above the 618 here, and that will be very bullish still if we can maintain this. The 233 is slowly descending. Right now it is hugging that 1 fib at 46,165. So that's definitely something we got to pay attention to. And let's look at a couple things here. Let's look at, not a lot's going to have changed since yesterday because there hasn't been a lot of price movement. Our ALMA is green. So on the daily time frame, our ALMA turned green here. So this is our no moving average. So we are in a greenish trend. Okay, so we got to see if the markets will stay stronger tomorrow. They basically were pretty weak. The S&P finished up slightly ahead, but the other markets were down. So let's look at what else do we have here on the daily. Anything interesting to look at? Let's look at Ichi. Let's see if we're making any progress. Yeah, we got this big fat cloud here. Like I said, the weakest part of the cloud's over here. And let me pull this out so we can get a date, because I can't see with my picture in the way. This is March. So, this is out here in March. That's a long time. I'm hoping we get some momentum before that, because nobody's going to watch these videos until March to see if we break through here, if we just go sideways for a while. But, we need the other markets to react. And I'm thinking the earliest you could really, you can pump through any size cloud. We've talked about that many times. But just the easiest entrance point out of a cloud or exit point out of a cloud is always the thinnest parts. And, man, you're really like March 14th, March 13th. Ugh. So hopefully we'll get some momentum going on here. Let's check. What else do we want to look at here? Let's check out our volatility, and then we'll jump to the 4-hour. Shrink this back down. Our volatility is still pretty expanded. Now remember, on the daily, you're not going to get it really tight, but we want it about that tight, and it's still pretty expanded. It takes a long time for things to catch up on the daily. It's just part of the day. Part of the deal of looking at the larger time frames. Let's look at the 4-hour. Oh, look there's the path that I drew yesterday for you. And look how the candles are tracking. How amazing is that, right? I would say just as predicted, but this really, this makes sense, this pattern. I told you we need to have tight candles close together, increase the volatility, get that constriction, and then we can make a move up. Let's go ahead and look at the volatility. Since we are tracking beautifully to that pattern that I drew, let's look at the caterpillar. There you go, starting to funnel up even more. You see that? It's contracting more now. This was yesterday. It's sloping in, sloping up. So it's starting to funnel up even more. So this looks like it's gearing up for a move, and it's tracking to my volatility compression pattern that I predicted yesterday, which is kind of cool. Let's see if this next wave comes back up, and if it's a shallower wave, if it comes back down and then goes back up again, you know what's happening here. You're looking for a price explosion up. And let's look at, we already know all the EMAs are below us. We should still be above the Kaufman moving averages. We should be above everything. Yep, still above it. And Ichi should be riding nice on a cloud here. Yep, we're above our moving averages, above the support cloud. Here's the thin part here we don't want to fall through. Starting to get a little bit thicker as price stays up here a little bit higher. So that's good. And let's check one more thing. Let's check our ATR. Let's see where we're at. Look at this dissension. ATR is still dropping. So this is good. Like I said, we haven't had this type of dissension since January, okay? January 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. That's when we had that big 20+% move. I think we showed yesterday it was what, 24%? 24% move. So we'll see if we can get that. Let's check out our volume. We want that dropping left to right. Perfect, perfect for the volatility compression pattern. And again, that would just look like, I'll just draw it with a trend line. But basically, you just want that. You see that? How your volume's dropping left to right. You want everything to tighten up. You want everything to tighten up like a spring and then explode. So our phase angle's flat. Accumulation, as you can see on my Williams accumulation, is flat. RSI is pretty flat as far as this is the ALMA RSI. And yeah. So everything seems, the same as yesterday, except for the fact that we are tracking beautifully to what appears to be the early stages of a volatility compression pattern. Usually happens in 2 to 5 waves. We just finished wave 1. Price is moving back up towards the top. We'll see if we get back up there or if we just wave down here. But you are tunneling up. You are bottling up. Oh, let's check the VAMA real quick. And you're looking to make a move and explode. So price is still below that top volatility range, but if you pump up, that's going to get easily taken out. So, all right, guys, short video today because as you can see, since I left you yesterday, you've just gone sideways. So that's really about it. Check out our Discord, link in the video description. Check out our Twitter in the video description. Check out our sponsor, BITGET, in the video description. Hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Another video coming tomorrow. Pro Trades video coming out right after this. I'll update you guys about the markets and what happened with the Fed today. All right, guys, talk soon.